Coon train is coming. Coon train is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon train is coming.
Where the white women at?
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
All white peoples ain't bad.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
We is our own worst enemy.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon train is coming.
Where the white women at?
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
All white peoples ain't bad.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
We is our own worst enemy.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon train is coming.
Where the white women at?
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
All white peoples ain't bad.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
We is our own worst enemy.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon train is coming.
Where the white women at?
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
All white peoples ain't bad.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
We is our own worst enemy.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon train is coming.
Where the white women at?
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
All white peoples ain't bad.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
We is our own worst enemy.
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
What about black on black crime?
Coon train is coming.
Where the white women at?
Train is coming. Coon train is coming.
All white peoples ain't bad.
Is coming. Coon train is coming.
We is our own worst enemy.
Is coming.
To Stephen A. Smith and you find anything other than some absolute pure self-hating little dick energy nonsense from that half-witted idiot basking in the non-existent rays of his own ignorance, it is
what I've had it with. I've had it with Stephen A. Smith coming for our black sisters. I've had it. Jasmine Crockett.
To Stephen A. Smith and you find anything other than some absolute pure self-hating little dick energy nonsense from that half-witted idiot basking in the non-existent rays of his own ignorance, it is
what I've had it with. I've had it with Stephen A. Smith coming for our black sisters. I've had it. Jasmine Crockett ain't the only sister he came for. He came for some other ones. When Stephen A. Smith first popped on the scene with Skip Bayless, I actually liked the dude. I thought that he was doing a good job of balancing his position of talking about sports and bringing into it the issues that minorities face in dealing with sports and in life in general, and the policies around what shape life for minorities. And then somewhere along the way, that versed, helpful brother turned into a shucking driver as if he was a team member of the Carolina Hurricanes, shucking and jiving all over the place. First sign of that damn shucking and jiving of his, if y'all remember back when he had Skip Bayless, he would come up there every week with a new word he had just looked up in the damn thesaurus. Some of them was dereliction of duty, or what was another one he used to use all the time? He had a bunch of them. Quagmire was another one he used. That was the first sign that he was starting to shuck and jive, ladies and gentlemen. Now, mind you, this man has given to charities. He's gotten ESPN to come to HBCUs. He's done some things like that. But ladies and gentlemen, what is my argument when those things happen? is fucking symbolic. Okay? Help the culture by helping the culture. Help the culture by infusing the culture with capital. Help the culture by when you have someone who's outstanding in the community, standing on principle for our voices, which is what Jasmine Crockett is doing, uplift them. Black women are the most resilient.
Welcome back to Zone Media Network. So today we have some news about Stephen A. Smith, who called out Jasmine Crockett over the fact that her entire agenda spans around the idea of being anti-Trump. The entire thing. So we're going to break it down, show you exactly what he said, and discuss his point of view on today's show. So let's get into it.
This educated, brilliant black woman representing over 750,000 people is engaging in verbiage and rhetoric for the streets. And that's fine when you're in the streets. How many of y'all bring the streets to the table when you're at the negotiating table trying to get a deal done? How many of you are...
The fact that her entire agenda spans around the idea of being anti-Trump. The entire thing. So we're going to break it down, show you exactly what he said, and discuss his point of view on today's show. So let's get into it.
This educated, brilliant black woman representing over 750,000 people is engaging in verbiage and rhetoric for the streets. And that's fine when you're in the streets. How many of y'all bring the streets to the table when you're at the negotiating table trying to get a deal done? How many of you are able to think that for a second that you're able to bring street verbiage to Capitol Hill and that's gonna work for you? You literally have senators and congressional figures on Capitol Hill on the side of the Republicans telling the networks, whether it's Fox News, News Nation, or anybody else, please, please, please put her front and center on camera. Why would they do that? Because they know it wins for them.
Stephen A. Smith is facing backlash for his criticism of U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, because heaven forbid he has an opinion. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett, the progressive and radical Democrat from Texas. But Stephen accused her, Crockett, of prioritizing performative politics over substance-based policy work. Specifically, he had issues with her public denouncement of President Donald Trump, which generally...
All right, y'all, let me get a mic check. We in the building. Let's get to it. So over the course of the rest of this show, you're going to see that you're going to have a bunch of white, well, not a bunch, because I only downloaded just one white conservative that disagrees with Jasmine's rhetoric on Donald Trump and agrees with Stephen A. Smith. But we got a bunch of other black dudes, shucking and jiving, buck dancing, Coonalati members that are jumping on the bandwagon defending Trump. You know, Officer goddamn Tap Dance Tatum. You know Tap Dance Tatum was going to get involved. So strap it in, y'all. We got a lot to deal. We got a lot to unpack with this situation. But let's continue this, and I'm gonna let him play out because it's not that long, and I want to see where this motherfucker is going with this.
It takes part in my life all the time for actually doing anything. Now, I think Stephen A. Smith is right about Crockett. The backlash is kind of amusing in some ways. You see, Jasmine Crockett is spending every single day bashing Trump and calling for uprising against Republicans. Maybe just be quiet for a minute and actually do your job, you know? All she does is scream.
I just wanna thank you for that donation. Hey, my friend. I just wanna thank you for that donation.
Thank you for the real talk, bro. I wanted to hear your take on this situation.
Who's got Dr. Duck in the building? Shout out to Dr. Duck, man. You got to jump on Fortnite tonight. Let's get back to it, though. Shout out, thanks for the super chat. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, y'all, when y'all come here, man. You know, we launching this new platform. You know what I'm saying? Not even new, we're just doing what we used to do and not doing what we used to do. You get where I'm coming from? So make sure y'all hit that thumbs up and share this fucking video. Share it to Twitter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Share it to Twitter or share it to a Facebook group that will like talk about this kind of stuff. I know y'all are members of Facebook groups that deal with these type of topics. Let's get to it.
On various television shows throughout the week about how bad Trump is. That's all she's got. The Democrats already ran a campaign of hating President Trump, and look what it got. They lost everything. Stephen A. Smith is right. He's right to call out Crockett for her political tactics because she's not actually being productive or getting anything done.
I truly don't understand how and why anyone can see that this guy is a viable candidate. We are talking about someone that literally may start World War III. It is just that deep.
So here's a short moment where Jasmine Crockett screamed about how President Trump would start World War III. Instead, he's ending 8 wars and is working on solving the war between Ukraine and Russia. Jasmine Crockett has absolutely no credibility. It is very also funny to me where you can find a photo of her, not a photo, a video of her in her early days, and she's speaking so much more articulately and eloquently, and the whole vibe is different than fast forward now, you know, talking more hood and being this like obnoxious persona. It's all
I don't follow Jasmine Crockett, so I can't confirm or deny what he's saying about her. I'm actually, even the clips that I downloaded of her talking about Trump, I didn't even listen to them. I just got the clip, so I'm going to be reacting to Jasmine Crockett's rhetoric right along with you guys' rhetoric and right along with Stephen A. Smith, right along with Willie D and what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Willie D and Willie D's response as well.
whole lie. She thinks she's destined to become a prominent figure in the Democratic Party. And I guess at this point, with like people like AOC and Gavin Newsom having crazy ambitions, I'm like, I guess anything's possible in politics. Wow. Like, I hope she doesn't, but because all she does figure in the Democratic Party.
All right, here we go. And I might should just go down the line. I got all so many clips. Let's get to the next clip. Okay, Jasmine Crockett, Troy, Fire's back. Oh, let's get to let's go down the line. We got Officer Tatum up next. Officer Tap Dance Tatum. Officer Tap Dance.
Is the Crockett connected to Stephen A? Yeah, because Stephen A was talking about Jasmine Crockett.
Here we go.
3 things here, y'all. I want to play the clip of this woman in that panel, on that podcast. Now, I interviewed Stephen A. Smith like 3 times. I talked to Stephen A. Smith on the phone. I text Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is a good dude. And Stephen A. Smith's takes now are very fair and balanced. And Stephen A. Smith is standing on principle. He don't always agree with me, and I don't always agree with him. He don't always agree with Donald Trump. Never voted for Donald Trump. Obviously, y'all know I'm a Trump supporter. And Stephen A. Smith is now considering some of the things that the Democrats are doing that he disagrees with. And he's 100% right about it.
Let me tell you what gets me annoyed. And I hope Jasmine Crockett is listening to this. By the way, she's welcome to the show. When you go on national television and you call him the president of the United States out of it, and you're being all disrespectful, as a representative in this country, do you believe the citizens of Texas sent you there to do that? They don't like him either. I'm talking about those who voted for her in all likelihood. But because he is who he is and he is in that position, they expect you to go to Capitol Hill and figure out a way to maneuver yourself through that terrain to work in a fashion that's going to facilitate getting things done on behalf of your constituents. That's your job. That's your job. Excuse my language on Sirius XM, but it ain't your job to say he ain't worth a damn. That's not your job. Anybody can do that. You're supposed to be figuring out a way to get things done.
I cast my no vote because ain't nobody come at me and ask me what the people in my district need. Right. They didn't ask me what would look good for those in South Dallas. They didn't ask me about that. So listen, I got people that I serve that are counting on me to do their work and to be their voice and not work for him. I don't work for him. He can't hire me. He can't fire me. The people that elected me in Texas 30 did. So unless you want to have a conversation with me about the priorities for the people in my district, baby, you're not getting this vote. Listen, he can do whatever he wants to do, but this will be on the Republicans. I need people to tune in and learn how to count and learn who controls what. If you want things to function, maybe put the Democrats back in control. Now, I know people got beef with the Democrats not being as aggressive as we should have been, especially since we got him over here just running ramshot over everything. But at a very minimum, you can always count on there being level-headedness and responsibility when it comes to Democrats, because they care about federal workers. They care about our constituents and making sure that those services are still available, because when the government shuts down, then that impacts our constituents directly. It does.
Stephen A. Smith is now considering some of the things that the Democrats are doing that he disagrees with. And he's 100% right about it. But unfortunately, there are people of the melanin that if you are not locked in hook, line, and sinker to the Democrat Party, they disown you, which is not reasonable or fair. People talk about me all the time.
Now, what he's saying is actually true, right? What he's saying is actually true. But there's another demographic that nobody talks about. There's a demographic of people like me, people like Willie D, who see the Democratic Party as one wing and the Republican Party is another wing of the same bird. There are a demographic of us people out here that don't side with the Democrats or the Republicans. We think that they're the same terrible. You know what I mean? We feel like they're the same terrible.
Brandon, you an Uncle Tom Coon. They got a little raccoon dancing with a cane on my thing. It's kind of funny. I laugh at it every now and again. But I'm an Uncle Tom Coon sellout because I don't believe in a political party that don't do nothing.
So it's a lot of us out here that look at both sides as coons to a certain degree, sellouts to a certain degree. All right, stupid to another degree. People that's following Democrats, the Democratic Party ain't never did nothing for black people. When Obama was in office, he didn't do a motherfucking thing for black people. So the Democratic Party Joe Biden ain't do a motherfucking thing. He was also a fucking racist with racist clips out here, still out here. Super racist. Just put policies in to fuck black people over. But he was the president and he didn't do a goddamn thing for black people either.
For black people. I don't believe in a political party that was literally the party of slavery. People forget that. I don't believe in a party that was literally the party that did not vote for the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. Or they didn't unanimously vote. Republicans unanimously voted. The Democrats didn't vote for black people to be free, black people to have citizenship, and black people to have the right to vote. They were obstructing the Civil Rights Act that we talk about today. Republicans unanimously voted for the Civil Rights Act.
And I'll get into why I'm against the Democratic Party and all these ideas. Okay, now, it's kind of good. We got all of the sellouts in a row. There's a new sellout, y'all, that I've been covering as of recently. His name is Antonio Daniels. Super sellout, super coon. Let's check him out.
What did he say that was so wrong? All he said was they need to be more accountable and they need to be more responsible instead of just spending all of their time going back and forth and trying to throw Trump under the bus and having all of these negative dispositions. They actually should probably work across the aisle because it would suit them better instead of being used as a mouthpiece and being showcased and being ghetto. What did he say that was off? What did Stephen A. say that was off? What did he say that was wrong? What did he say that was so mean and uneducated and not informed and that was so incendiary? What did he say that was off? Honestly, I'm genuinely curious. Can somebody give me some insight on what he said?
Now, this is what I've always laughed at this. And I'm probably clip farming at this point with this motherfucker right here. He's all over TikTok with this bullshit, right? And what I've always noticed, and what they don't understand is so funny, why is it that whenever the other side of blacks that are just as ignorant as y'all, or just have a different way they feel about things, why is it that all of the sellouts and the coons and answers always agree with the same things? You never noticed that? Like a one coon comes out and says some fucked up shit or does some fucked up shit. We gonna get into what Stephen Smith actually did after he plays this video. After I play this video. But it's always been a laughable thing to me that all of the coons always agree with each other's rhetoric. It's the funniest shit in the world.
Wrong. And she is ghetto. She ghetto as hell. She got the butterfly eyelashes on. She always got a weave on. We don't even know what her real hair looks like. She not married. We got very low standards. We got very, very low standards. We got very low standards. Did y'all know that it used to be a thing where you had to have or be the thing that you wanted to represent? I mean, let's just keep it 100. Like, we gonna really keep it 100 today. This is the 100 show. It used to be a thing. You're not even able to run for certain offices unless you are reflective or representative of what most people aspire to be. You used to have to be married. You used to have to actually have the results. How do we qualify people now? Because it's easy to say that I have a degree. It's easy to say that I have this level of work experience for other people. But how do we know that people truly represent our best interests? She's hood as hell, bro. She's an intelligent hood.
Hey, after this show, y'all, I'm going to have to go download some tap dance shoes, man. For I could just hit the button, and then when they start tap dancing, I just hit the sound effect and let it dance and let it tap.
An intelligent hood chick, an educated hood chick. Actually, you know what? I take that back. She's actually 10 times worse. Why is she 10 times worse? Because she pretending to be hood and she not even really that. Word on the street is that Jasmine Crockett is really the female Clarence, and Clarence's parents had a really good marriage.
Everyone has an opinion, so here's mine. Stephen A. Smith has gone viral yet again, this time for telling the truth about Jasmine Crockett. And you already know,
in the black community, so many tap dance, bro. TikTok is flooded with sellouts, bro. It's crazy.
He's officially canceled now. Not exactly sure why. I guess because there's that whole stay on code thing. Black people are under this myth that you have to stay on code and go along with nonsense. Even if 2 + 2 is 4, in the black community, it's 5. And if you say that it's 4, then you're canceled. Like, there's a lie that we try to perpetuate, this victimhood narrative that we try to perpetuate, and anybody who goes against it is automatically an enemy. You're automatically canceled. You're not allowed to have your own opinions in the black community. Because if you go back and actually look at what Stephen A. Smith said, he wasn't being mean, rude, or disrespectful to her, but just asking simple questions. Like, if you're a rep in Texas, why are you never in Texas? Why haven't you done anything for the state of Texas? And I think these are fair questions. Name one piece of legislation that she has drafted, that she's been involved with, that she has gotten passed. Name one thing that she has done to benefit the lives of the people in the district that she represents. Name just one. Y'all want to hate on Stephen A. Smith so bad. Nigga seemed like he said something that was out of the way. And you talking about, y'all not holding the black women to the same standards that you hold the white people to. And it's like, well, the white people aren't on every single podcast, on every single TV show, running their mouths every single day, talking shit, being disrespectful to the president of the United States of America. It's you, Jasmine Crockett. And it's like, now we have to be canceled when we call this out. We voted you in to do a job. You're not doing the job that you were elected to do. We didn't vote you in so you can go on podcasts. We voted you in so you can draft legislation that would impact the people who live in the district that you represent. And you haven't done that. And I also think this speaks to a bigger problem in the black community. Not only are we not allowed to be free thinkers in the black community, we don't talk about the influence and the power of the black woman. I think that the black woman may be one of the biggest problems in the United States of America. When you look at her influence, when you look at the fact that we live in the baby mama era, when you look...
God damn, did you hear this fucking coon? And I've heard... that's crazy, because coons love to jump out and say that black women are the biggest problem in America, my nigga. Let me say that again, man. This motherfucker just came out and said that black women might be the biggest problem, and we gotta hear that again, in America.
That the black woman may be one of the biggest problems in the United States of America. About the influence and the power of the black woman. I think that the black woman may be one of the biggest problems in the United States of America. When you look about the influence and the power of the black woman, I think that the black woman may be one of the biggest problems in the United States of America.
God damn. Ain't that about some shit? Now, when do we get... I don't think that none of these people understand. Let's get a little deep. Let me get a little deep. Pause. Let me get a little deep. I see a problem with black people because black people are the quickest people to get up here and talk bad about other black people. Let me go deeper. I stopped watching the conscious community, Sarah Susan Seti, all of them. I stopped watching that shit. You know why I stopped watching all of that shit? Dr. Umar Johnson, all of the so-called intellectuals, I stopped watching all of them. Even Tariq Nasheed to a certain point. I still check in on him every now and then. But let me tell you why. Brother Polite, all of them, right? If you really look at it, they all act like they had some type of goal. They had some type of mission. They had some type of mission that they was trying to accomplish. But the only thing that I noticed with these people, all of the Inkies and all of these people, it's like all they were doing is trying to raise their scholarship up. To me, this is my point of view. Raised it. They weren't really trying to wake up the masses or galvanize the people towards some type of actual goal. It's we're just trying to learn more than the next man so that they could out debate another black man. That's what I see. It's like boxing. It's like they're trained. They're in the gym training. All the reading they doing and research they doing, they were just training. But the real goal for them is to be number one, is to outdo his brother, to outdo another black person. That's all I see. And I see black people get up here. This motherfucker right here got up here and just basically said that black women, out of all the problems that we got going on in the world and politics worldwide, in America, he says that black women are the biggest problem in America.
When you look at her influence, when you look at the fact that we live in the baby mama era, when you look at the fact that she sold her man out of the house, she pushed him out of the house for meager benefits. Like when you start adding all of this stuff into it, and when you see on TV who was constantly the ones who was acting out of control.
Now, so that's the thing, right? I talk about this all the time. Right? So he's going to basically talk about the results. He's talking about the results of the experiment. We're basically all lab rats being programmed, right? He wants to talk about the woman reacted to the program. Well, all of the black people, the majority of black people also reacted to the program. I'm talking about black men. So black women reacted to the program. The program, what was the program? When they put welfare in place, right? They had rules they set for these women. These women were trying to think about it. First of all, let's go to the overall born into poverty, all right? The majority of black people were born into poverty. So you're born into a system that's already here before you learn to walk. The system that's going to fucking plague your life is already in place. Let's get that out the way. So you both grow up in this system, right? Now, the woman, when she goes to go sign up for money for welfare and food stamps, they're going to tell her, you got to give me a picture of your baby daddy, tell us where he work at, what's his name, we need a picture of him, or you're not getting no benefits. So basically, they make the woman, the government makes the woman throw the black man under the bus. Now, the black man doesn't like it when he's put on child support because it just fucks up his life even more too. So we're fucked up in the system too. A lot of us, we're young, they're taking half our check, we can't even survive. So what we do, we start committing crimes, start selling drugs. So we're all reacting to the program. Now, if you want to sit up there and go get mad at the woman for reacting to the program, you have to get mad at yourself as well for reacting to the program. You up here throwing her under the bus right now, throwing black women under the bus right now is also part of the program. Do you get it? It's also part of the program. You don't see any other races of men doing this shit. You don't see a Chinese man get up here saying that Chinese women are the worst for China. It's fucking up China. This is the worst thing in China. You don't see white men getting up here saying white women are the worst thing that ever happened in fucking America. You only see black people doing this, right? You only see black women throwing black men under the bus on every fucking video. You only see black men throwing black women under the bus on every fucking video. You only see black men throwing other black men under the bus on every video. You only see black women throwing other black women under the bus on every fucking video.
Out of pocket, who is the loudest, who is the most rude, who refuse to be criticized on any level. You can't even offer criticism to a black woman. You can't even correct her when she's wrong. And then you think about how all of these children are running around here violent. Who raised them? You talking about all of these men ain't being legal.
Now, is he lying about what he's saying? No. See, this is where it gets tricky. this is where it gets tricky, and this is why we call y'all out for buck dancing and selling out. See, this is where it gets tricky. Everything he's saying right there is absolutely fucking true. Everything he said about black women, everything he said about the single mothers and all that, but he's ignoring how it happened. See, it's like they want us to just talk about the results of the experiment. They don't want to talk about the experiment. They don't want to talk about the program. They don't want to talk about the system that got us where we at, that got the results. These people are smart. Nothing is happening by accident. The same way they made it to where we can't plant. They don't want us planting foods and doing agriculture. They don't want us collecting rainwater. All these different things they make illegal. And if they make a license for everything we do in the world. We gotta have a license to fucking fish. We gotta have a license to fucking drive. We gotta have a license to do every fucking thing. Everything is governed by the government. There's a lot of us out here that think that the government and all governments are illegal. It's bullshit. Look at what we going through. Look at what we going through. Everybody working every day, all day long, not making enough money to even fucking survive, and just steady going in a hamster wheel over and over and over again with the same shit. It's fucked up all the way across the board. You cannot blame one dynamic. When the person you're talking about black women, this is the program, this is what the system and the program, this is how it's supposed to turn out. Same thing with black men. Look at all the black men wearing skirts, wearing rock around with purses. Everybody bisexual, everybody homosexual. This was all programmed. So if you want to talk about people, you're going to be talking about people reacting to the program.
Who raised them? What was their mamas doing? What were their mothers doing? See, when you point one finger, it's three of them bad boys pointing right back at you. Again, I ain't trying to hate on nobody. My mama black, but we got to be real and we got to keep it honest. Why can't we call out black women when they're not handling their business? We call out black men every single day. Y'all ready to call out Stephen A. Smith right now? A man who is a good father, who has a great job, a large sphere of influence, and he's using it the right way to tell the truth and be honest and give people information that they can actually use that'll be helpful. Jasmine Crockett, what are you doing? But Trump, I hate Trump. Seems like a lot of rhetoric that's being pushed around black communities. You ever been to a HBCU lately? Look what happened in Tennessee State when two white kids just wanted to have a debate. They were attacked. Again, who is raising these children? You're talking about a nation full of fatherless kids. And you say, well, where are their fathers? Don't know, the father didn't leave.
Now, did you peep that? Now, did y'all ain't catch that, did y'all? He's tap dancing, right? What did he just say? He said HBU, the two people that came in there with the MAGA hats, we covered that, right? We covered that. And we covered the Coons, Officer Tap Dance Tatum. Nothing happened to those people when they came there. They didn't get physically assaulted. They most definitely didn't get shot and killed on camera in front of everybody. See how they don't magnify what the white society and white people do. Like, you see white people, this motherfucker there having a debate, somebody shoots him for the debate. But somehow, black people are more violent than the person or the people that killed each other. White people murdered him, right? In front of everybody. Somehow, that is not as worse as them running them off of campus without them getting injured. Nobody hit them, knocked their hat off their head or nothing. They didn't even get touched. But somehow all of you coons seeing this is the worst thing in the world, and y'all keep reporting on it.
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Are there some instances where the father just up and up left? Yes. But more often than not, it was you, black woman, who made it absolutely impossible for this man to be a father to his child. You didn't think about that, though. You was thinking about your own selfishness and how you felt right here in the moment, as opposed to thinking about the big picture. If you take this child's father out of their lives, how will that impact not only them, but the next generation to come? Just something to think about. But that's just my opinion. Love to know yours. Drop a like in the comment. And also, the most important thing is needed. Smash that follow button.
Okay, so let's get to the next video, but we got to talk about why things haven't changed.
Stephen A. Blastwellady and
all right, so why hasn't the climate changed? Right? Why hasn't the climate changed? Okay, you think about it. The majority of the elites, right, that have been in power for centuries, right, have all been, let's just say it, white supremacists, right? So The white supremacists never changed. When did they change? No, it never changed. That's the thing. What people don't understand. People keep on these sellouts be acting as if we have progressed, but have we actually? Or has these people got so great with the systems and the programs that they can almost make us, the majority of us, feel like we're not under trauma anymore? And it ain't even just us black people. This is the majority of people, because white people doing the same shit. White people working every day just like us and doing all this shit, and you know they have certain benefits that they've always given to the poor white people. Yeah, they've always had certain benefits that they've given to them. Like even the slaps on the wrist that they get when they go to court and different things like that. But overall, they going through it too, man. Like I told y'all, as me being a person that makes videos, down my journey of trying to prove that cops were just shooting black people, I continue to keep on running into videos of cops killing white people unarmed. Same shit, right? And it was then I found out. I told myself, look, I ended up covering the story because I'm like, something in my pro-black mind, when I used to be pro-black or whatever you want to call it, it told me, like, you can't make a video about this because it's going to shit on the point that you're trying to make about cops just killing black people. Now, they don't get it twisted. These cops are shooting black motherfuckers like a motherfucker. But I think there's more, so likely that it's it's more cases of cops running into more black people because they've already been told to target black and brown people. So it's always going to be more automatically. But these white cops be shooting white motherfuckers too, bro. Like, I'm telling you, I can think of like 4 different stories off top where I watched videos of cops killing innocent white people, bro, on some bullshit. On the same bullshit that they was on with the black people.
Clears the air on his Jasmine Crockett comments.
She in the dream media.
I had the temerity, the unmitigated gall, to say this about Representative Crockett. Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done, as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just gonna go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work. I have nothing but respect for her. I just disagree on what she's making headlines for. People try to engage with words, you know, like disrespect and implying misogyny and all of this other nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. Can we be grown-ups and deal with what the real issue is involving what I said? Willie D? What's up, Willie D? What's up? We want to talk policy? I didn't call you a name. I didn't disrespect you. I didn't diminish you. Your intellect, your soul, your heart, your conscience, and whether or not it was in the right place. I'm just talking facts, bro. You're a grown-ass man. What's up? That's all, I mean, that's it? That's what you got? He's being disrespectful? How am I disrespectful? Put up that quote, please. He's putting out quotes or text or tweets about me. Stephen A. Smith taking shots at Jasmine Crockett ain't just messy, it's weak. Dude is sitting on one of the biggest mics in America, and instead of using it to uplift, he's tearing down a black woman who's out here putting in real work. That ain't critique, that's betrayal. Jasmine Crockett ain't the problem. She's the kind of woman who walks into rooms full of snakes and makes the snakes flinch. Meanwhile, Stephen's showing what happens when the paycheck gets louder than the principal. That's sucker shit, straight up.
Damn.
End quote. Wow, Willie D.
Don DeMarco.
You sure are uplifting. I mean, I got to be touched. That was inspiration. Really, that really, really was. That was inspirational. I'm doing sucker shit.
Well.
Problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States, and if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
So you care about facts, meaning the Democrats and the Republicans. No. Okay, that's another clip. And by the way, full-fledged criminal and thug. Those were words.
Mm-hmm.
How about this one, where she called the president a piece of play it.
Because the Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of okay, we know that. Yes, he is. He is.
Now, I did a video about this, bro. I'm telling you how fucked up this country is. Now, I already found it weird that Trump was able to get elected with all of the sexual assault charges and all that shit, grabbing women by the coochies and all that shit that came out. But what further showed me that this country is insane is that, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he get convicted of like 32 felonies? Am I right or am I fucking wrong? And was able to run for president with felonies when felons aren't allowed to vote. I'm done with this. Y'all can't tell me nothing, bro. Y'all can't tell me a motherfucking thing. So when Jasmine Crockett comes out and say that they elected a criminal, is she lying is the question. And how many times have we got up here and heard these different people like Joe Biden refer to all of us as criminals and super thugs and shit?
Donald Trump is a piece of she said. That's third one. There's another one here where she's talking about how the GOP doesn't care about facts, but the Democrats do. You just heard that. There was also another one where she called them again a white supremacist. But it didn't just stop there. She went to her own governor of the state of Texas, who's in a wheelchair, by the way. Keep that in mind. And listen to what she said about him.
We in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
As I was listening to him, I was unaware that not only was he going to respond to his critics, he was now going to outline the reasons why he said what he said. And I think that's good, because now it has given people like myself the proper context to respond to all of it. Let me just say this. Stephen A. Smith is playing games here. He's still playing games. But the problem is he doesn't realize that people are seeing through it. People are looking past the serious face to put the camera on me. People are looking straight through that. And smart people are able to discern rather quickly that this guy's playing games, right? He's playing games. People are simply saying the following. You are refusing to address the real issue, which is what? What created, or who created, the political environment of Muslim? This is the part he doesn't want to address.
Right.
He's dancing around.
Right. I talked about that at the election debates, bro. This nigga Donald Trump was up there roasting with grease. He was cooking motherfuckers with grease, man. He continues to cook motherfuckers with grease. This motherfucker be all on Twitter cooking motherfuckers with grease. Making videos, cooking motherfuckers with grease. And when somebody say something to him, he go to black man, come out tap dancing. You ought to not say nothing to Trump. When Trump started this shit, cooking motherfuckers.
He's saying Jasmine Crockett is this, she's belligerent, she's rude, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's this. Why is she behaving like this? Why is she talking like this? But refusing to acknowledge the genesis of all of this. Where did all of this start? He will never say that. Therefore, people will continue to call him out because he's playing a game. The fact of the matter is this. Decorum, politeness is gone in American politics. It is one big jungle right now. It's one big jungle. There is no more niceties. There is no more decorum. There is no more let me be respect. It's gone.
Why? Because they tried that and it didn't work. The president came in like a gangbuster. Did you watch any of the general election debates?
Right.
Did you see how the president was talking? It was jarring to a lot of people because they had never seen anyone.
This motherfucker's up there cooking with grease. What the fuck is this motherfuckers talking about?
So you can't call out Jasmine for allegedly talking crazy, his words, but not Trump. And I also believe that, Tamika Mallory and Bakari Sellers.
I'm not going to play that. I got flagged last time. Hold on. We have to take a visual down for that. I'm not playing with them. I ain't even got my visual up in. Oh, yes, I do. I got to take my visual down for that one. These motherfuckers be flagging. Cuz. Joey Buttons just got me yesterday. Joe Buttons got me yesterday flagging. Them big podcasts, they be flagging like a motherfucker, man. So we going to play the audio. We not going to play the visual.
They need to have a conversation with Stephen A. They should go on Stephen A's show and explain to him why playing nice with Trump doesn't work. And I have no problem with Jasmine Crockett and her opposition or her resistance to Trump. I have no problem with her calling out Trump and challenging the president of the United States of America.
Yeah,
I have no problem with
I agree with you. The problem I do have is, and you can critique anybody you want, but when you're talking about policy, it should be somebody from her district that has that problem. Somebody that is affected by the things that she's doing. And if her district doesn't have a problem with it and her district loves it, that means she's doing the job that they voted for her to do.
Yeah.
So it should not be an issue or a problem. The other thing that I do hate, and I hate it, and you might not like what Stephen A. Smith says. You might think he's a clown. I've been seeing the chat, and you might disagree with everything he says. But what I can't stand is when somebody wants to cancel somebody based off of their opinion. You might not like their opinion, and their opinion might not suit you, but you can have the right to turn off that TV, to turn off that radio and say, he's not my cup of tea. But I hate the fact when you say, well, I don't like what he has to say, we canceling him. I hate that.
Yeah, you sound like Trump talking about his opposition.
I hate that. I just hate that.
And also, I want to add this. I love Jasmine Crockett because she's fearless. And I know Jasmine Crockett is about the people. She puts the people first every time. And the reason I know this is because the old guard in both parties don't like her. Republicans kick Jasmine Crockett back in publicly. Democrats kick her back in privately. And at least to me, that's how I know she's a real person. Because both sides be having issues with her. That's when you know a politician is putting the people over party or anything else. When both sides can't stand her.
And I hate she talks street. She's a highly intellectual woman.
How does Trump talk then?
I will say
there is no talking street. She speaks the way that she speaks, and I don't have a problem with it.
I do want to give.
I
do want to say this though to that envy. Stephen A. Smith did take some time to lay out her resume. He does call her educated, and he does all the things, but he doesn't agree with how she talks at the same time. So I do want to say he did say that.
But if you don't agree with Jasmine Crockett, and you're telling Jasmine Crockett she needs to talk a certain way to be able to work with Trump, who talk crazier than Donald Trump?
Right.
Like that don't make any. That Stephen A. don't make no logical sense.
And he be two-timing. Whatever Donald Trump says, he says it twice. I don't know.
It don't even make no logical sense. But once again, I like Jasmine because she's fearless, and I say it a million times. The reason I know she's a real person who puts the people over any party or any politics is because both parties kick her back in. Republicans do it publicly. There's a lot of Democrats who do it privately. And Jasmine Crockett may not be able to say that, but I can.
That's the crazy thing. I didn't even know that until you just said it.
All right. That is the latest with Lauren.
Yes.
All right.
But why do they kick her back in? Democrats.
I think because she's effective. And I think that they want, they want people to move a certain way and speak a certain way.
She's unapologetic
and kowtow a certain way, and she's not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Simple as that.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the mix. Today is Usher's birthday.
Yes.
So let me know your favorite Usher.
Right. Let's see what we got. We can put it back up now. We can put it back up now. So to the next one. This was a good one right here. Now, a lot of the coons is mad about this motherfucker right here, y'all.
Everybody else don't want to be a motherfucking house nigga. Like, fuck nigga, be happy you a house nigga. Be glad it worked out for you and your family. Pussy ass nigga. But everybody don't want to be no motherfucking house nigga. Oh, you ought to be nice to master. You ought to get along with master to get. Fuck nigga, everybody don't want to be.
So, right off the bat, man, he refers to white people as
Oh, here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Nobody ever.
Hey, y'all, this that new coon I ran into, Premo. This that new coon, man. I think his name AK Nation.
Challenges these niggas on.
Yep, AK Nation.
You know what I'm saying? Even
we got a brand new tap dancer, y'all. He on YouTube and TikTok. tippity on, bro. Tap that. Check out what this nigga said. This nigga said that we went back to slavery. He wants to totally be a house nigga and get along with Massa. He don't want no smoke with Massa.
The smart niggas. They never challenge these niggas on this type of shit, right? The so-called black answer, the black answers to these niggas, right? Or the good blacks, you know, the blacks that are, you know, based or smart, right? This nigga refers to white people as massa. Just let that sink in. He refers to them as massa.
You ought to be nice to master. You ought to get along with master to get fuck nigga everybody.
What's up? What is a shine? I don't know what a shine is.
You a shine.
Salute to Anthony Madison, man. Australia in the building, man. Australians in the building.
Any white folks, let me tell y'all what's so. I'm telling y'all, bro. These dudes get up here and they throw the black community under the bus. They make a whole stick out of it, bro. Like this nigga, you see, he getting them donations. You see, he getting them nations. He getting them nations, fam.
First, the white people is massive. While berating, I guess, guys like me, right? Who are house niggas. While berating me and other guys that like me as house niggas. And listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If we back in slavery days, I will be wanting to get along with Massa. First one. And so if we back in slavery days, I will be wanting to get along with Massa. First one. If we back in slavery days, I would be wanting to get along with Massa. And so would you.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this.
Back in slavery days,
somebody come and look at this.
I would be wanting to get along with Massa.
Look at this.
And so would you. If we back in slavery days, I would be wanting to get along with Massa. First one.
One more time.
If we back in slavery days, I would be wanting to get along with
You let me down.
If we back in slavery days, I would be wanting to get along with Massa.
He let me down, Fabo.
If we back in slavery days, I would be wanting to get along with Massa. First one. And so would you. If we back in slavery days, I would be wanting to get along with Massa. First one. And so would you. This was slavery days, nigga. You would be wanting to get along with Massa. You wouldn't want no beef with Massa. You would not want no beef with Massa. Yeah, man. Fuck Massa. I'm beefing with Massa. What? You what? You beefing with who? Yeah, give me definitely. Yeah. Super chat $500 and I'll give you a shoe shine. I give you a shiner right in your eye. Right in your eye. Your eye be hurt forever. Your eye would never stop hurting. And you'll need a blood transfusion. Stop the bleeding. Facts. Yeah, salute to you too, man. Love you too, man. This right here though, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Right here, man. He referring to the white man as Massa. Think about how crazy you gotta be in 2025 to referring to the white man as Massa, while allegedly at the same time, simultaneously, concurrently berating conservative blacks for being house niggas. I don't refer to the white man as Massa, man.
And dear motherfucking house nigga. Yeah, motherfucking house nigga. Getting motherfucking mad at everybody else because everybody else don't want to be a motherfucking house nigga like you. Fuck nigga, be happy you a house nigga. Be glad it worked out for you and your family, pussy ass nigga. But everybody don't want to be no motherfucking house nigga. You ought to be nice to master. You ought to get along with master to get fuck nigga everybody. Some motherfucking people still got motherfucking principles like you ought to get along with master. Fuck nigga, you don't say nothing. When master out here talking to everybody crazy, bitch ass nigga, it's cool.
Facts.
Yo, niggas are so unhinged. They never get challenged on this shit, right? There ain't no nigga that's gonna basically listen to what they saying. Black Columbo's on the job though. Black Columbo's on the case. I may not have all the bells and whistles as the other detectives.
The other cuz I can't tell that. He ain't got all the bells and whistles like the other cuz.
Called like Miami Vice, you know what I'm saying? I may not dress like, you know, all the other detectives and shit that have nice 3-piece suits and shit. But Black Columbo gonna listen to you. I'm gonna listen to you, man. I'm gonna listen to what you saying, nigga. Press 1. I'm gonna listen to what you saying. And that's the last thing you want somebody to do. If you a nigga, the last thing you want somebody to do is actually listen to what you're saying. Okay? That's the last thing you want a nigga to do. Yeah, man.
You ought to get along with master. Nigga, you don't say nothing. When master out here talking to everybody crazy, bitch ass nigga, it's cool for motherfucking master to talk to everybody crazy. You ought to get along with master good. So sick of you fuck niggas don't know what to do, nigga. Man, cause everybody else don't want to be no motherfucking house nigga like you. Be happy you a house nigga. Fuck nigga. And stop trying to tell some motherfucking body else what to do. Steal some motherfucking motherfucking people out here that believe in what they motherfucking believe in, nigga. You want everybody to do something how you motherfucking did it. That's cause you kissed the ass, nigga. I don't want to motherfucking do that to get in the AC. Pussy ass, nigga. I'm so sick of you fuck niggas don't know what to do. That's all you fuck niggas want to run around here now. Get mad at everybody else cause everybody else don't want to be a motherfucking house nigga like you. Fuck nigga, go be a house nigga in peace, bitch ass nigga. And leave everybody else the fuck alone. And deal motherfucking house nigga.
So we got a new coon, man. It's a couple more. We ain't done. We got more coons, bro. It's more. There are more coons.
Ladies, I respect intelligent women, no doubt. But how Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself, I'm like, is that gonna help you? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just gonna go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work. Work is saying that's the man in power. I know what his agenda is. I'm not exactly in a position to stop him since the Republicans have the Senate and the House. But maybe if I'm willing to work with this man, I might get something out of it for my constituents. Because like Joe Manchin said, he's there to represent, or was there for 15 years to represent, the people of West Virginia. She's supposed to be here to represent people who took this. I don't know, maybe that just sounds ignorant because it's so simple. But it ain't that damn complicated. We make it complicated. And all the verbiage and all the nonsense that I've heard over the last few days is why I because nothing frustrates me more than when people have the truth at their disposal and they choose, maybe not lie, maybe not even embellish, but allow their emotions to usurp facts, and all of a sudden want to use that as an excuse to label me as being something and doing something I'm neither not nor have I done, which in this case is disrespecting Representative Crockett.
I guarantee you that they motherfucking told him to say that shit, bro. They be doing that with Stephen A. Smith. I guarantee you they told him to speak on Jasmine Crockett.
The way has had an invite to this show for weeks, by the way. Governors Josh Shapiro and Spencer Cox came on this show. Senator Lindsey Graham came on this show. Joe Manchin, now retired, came on this show. Bill O'Reilly, Bill Barr came on this show. Okay? And more coming. And she has an invite. And AOC has an invite. Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic House leader, he just was on this show. I've invited Jasmine Crockett. I have nothing but respect for her. I just disagree on what she's making headlines for because I think it's counterproductive to the ultimate goal. But yet, here we are, and the word disrespect comes in, and people try to engage with words, you know, like disrespect and implying misogyny and all of this other nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. Can we be grown-ups and deal with what the real issue is involving what I said? Willie D, Roland Martin, Bakari Sellers, and Angela Rye, who I have profound respect for. I mean, the list goes on and on with all of these people.
Got another one, y'all. Got his tap dance shoes on, ready to go.
That's something she has mastered and has become very well versed at. You ever notice how Democrats talk about unity like it's a brand but never actually practice it? You got Jay Jones out in Virginia. who Democrats are still supporting and standing behind despite the violent, disgusting things he said about his Republican opponents and his children. And they won't even call him out for his violent, disgusting words. It's wild, right? Because these are the same people that scream democracy is under attack when things got heated on the other side, but when it's their own folks talking reckless, suddenly it's passion or a misunderstanding or just flat out being justified. That's not unity, that's selective outrage. And look at Jasmine Crockett. She's not trying to work across lines, she's trying to draw them deeper. It's not about representing her district, it's about representing herself. I guess Jasmine just wants us to ignore these liberal-run blue cities where the murder rate is just out of control.
There we go.
Like Detroit, like Chicago. She wants to try and paint this narrative that liberals are just these peaceful people who want to unify everybody. It wouldn't dare think about trying to harm someone. Here's another clip of Jasmine thinking she's the smartest person in the room when explaining law enforcement doesn't prevent crime, they only solve it. How this woman was able to get elected for any public government position still perplexes my mind. Here's her talking about how she knows how to connect with those out in rural communities out in Texas.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, they came out in droves.
What they collectively as a body have done to our nation. They feed division. They feed this kind of nonsense where they instigate stuff and then they turn around and they leave it to us to scratch and claw and fight amongst ourselves, so we get to ignore focusing on their efforts or lack thereof when it comes to the real issues that affect us as American citizens and especially as black.
Y'all, did y'all hear he called himself trying to run? He's calling himself running for president, y'all. So you see how this motherfucker is performing at this point right now. This is like he's actually like performing. I guess this is his debut of, because I heard videos going around with black people saying that they would not vote for this motherfucker already. He ain't even ran yet. And motherfuckers making videos about how they not gonna vote for this motherfucker already.
People, we got a government shutdown here. 750,000 people plus have been furloughed or fired. What are the Democrats asking for right now when it comes to specifically what they want and what they're looking for? They want the government reopened. They want to extend the Affordable Care Act premium subsidies. They want to make sure to restore or reverse certain cuts and restrictions from the big, beautiful bill. Is any of that getting done? I got a dude in the White House that adversaries say has no code of ethics, has no moral compass whatsoever. All he is about is something being in it for himself.
Okay, so now once again, this is what the sellouts do. Now he just called out a problem, right, about the big beautiful bill, right? He basically saying that Jasmine Crockett and other Democratic parties and people in the parties need to be worrying about these different things that affect black people, right? But at the same time, he's not addressing the bill itself that was passed to affect black people. You see what I'm trying to say? It's always about finding some way to blame your own for what's happening to your own.
That's what critics say. All I said in return is, well, then that should be easy to figure out what you can get from them. Because since the Republicans have the House and the Senate and the federal court.
So his answer to her talking bad about Trump is to stop talking bad about Trump and go in there and fix that big, beautiful bill. Go kiss some ass. Don't fight the way you want to fight. Don't attack with fire the way fire is being thrown at you, the way Trump throws fire at everybody. No, don't do that. Go and kiss some ass and get what you want. Then you'll be like me.
And the White House, there's nothing you can do other than figure out a way. I don't like this man, but I'm a Democrat, and I know that it's understood that I'm going to politic against him. However, in the meantime, I got 750,000 constituents to represent. Let me figure out a way to maneuver through this terrain to make sure we can get what we can for my peoples. As a product of an HBCU, as an ambassador for HBCU Week, Why don't you take a moment to ask yourself how just in September, the president suddenly decided that over $500 million or approximately $500 million was going to be taken from predominantly white institutions and transferred over to HBCUs. I'm not saying I had anything to do with it, but I did speak to him about it. Check out the clips from News Nation from months ago. And suddenly it happened. I didn't vote for him. I don't like the way he acts. I don't like how he seems to be stripping back or scaling back access to black history, the Smithsonian Museum and other things. Don't get me started. Blaming black folks for DEI. But I also didn't like the fact that black folks were gravitating to DEI like that's what qualified us. DEI benefited white women more than it.
Okay, all right. It's heating up. It's heating up.
Don't recall ever meeting you.
Yeah, I think that might be the same one. This shit is crazy, man.
What about black on black crime? Where's the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where's the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where's the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where's the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where's the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy. What about black on black crime? Where's the white women at? All white peoples ain't bad.